It's so
Hello.
great to have you on the show today, David. And you have a passion for health.
I do.
Is
Yeah,
just
thank you.
unbelievable. And can you tell me a little bit? Now, you're a dentist.
I
in
am a
Tennessee.
dentist. Yeah, I am a dentist, and I feel like health begins with a healthy smile.
Right.
But I'm super passionate about fitness and nutrition and those things that help our bodies stay healthy for the long term.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Now you have an amazing story. You
Yes.
started doing CrossFitness. At what
I
point in
did.
your life?
So almost 10 years ago now, so about 8
Right.
years. I've been to the CrossFit Games 8 years in the Masters division, 8 years in a row. And it just started out as like, I've always wanted to be fit.
Right.
So it started in high school and college. I did football and track in high school. I did decathlon in college.
Right.
And when I went to dental school, I kind of lost that fitness for a little bit, but got out of dental school, got right into triathlons. And so I did triathlons off and on for 20 years. And then I discovered dirt biking. So I dirt bike, racing dirt bikes for when I turned 40 for 5 years.
Used to do that in high school, yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like anything, because I always heard that like
Right.
motocrossers were like second to the ultimate fittest people on earth, next to the soccer players. And so there was a study
didn't
back in the
know that.
90s. Yeah,
Wow.
I just remembered that. So it's like, I wanted to try that. Plus I love dirt biking. I love the
Right.
intensity of dirt biking. It's a real passion of mine. But then my daughter introduced me to CrossFit, and I've always loved gymnastics. Never had an opportunity to do it, and I always loved weightlifting. I was strong for my size and my age even, and
Right.
and I kind of kept that strength over the years, and I just always loved it. And so when I discovered CrossFit, I was like, it just released something in me that was just like longing for this. I tell people it gave me a second wind in life at my age.
Wow.
Because
now, do you mind if I ask
yeah,
how old you are?
so I'm 64 years old.
Wow.
64 years old.
That's amazing.
So
I would never,
people-
ever have guessed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really didn't start out on this journey to be, to be that inspiration for people to stay healthy.
Right.
But it's just kind of evolved that way, and people look to me, and it's like, and so I really want to honor that, and I want to help people continue to be as healthy as they possibly can be, to learn the secrets,
Right.
to learn the lifestyle that it takes to not just be healthy now, but be healthy for a long time into your later years.
Now, if
Yeah.
somebody hasn't worked out in a while,
Yes.
and
yes.
say they're in their 50s or 60s,
Which is
or
most of
they're-
the population, right?
Right.
Yeah.
What would you tell them to start with, just to get them on the path again? Because a lot of people, especially now, have been home a lot more,
Yeah,
and they haven't
right,
necessarily
yeah.
been, they don't go to the gym, they're not working out.
Yeah.
What would you suggest?
If they can, I mean, and the key is community. Like one of the things with CrossFit is we have a community. You almost
Right.
become a tribe, and so you have that accountability and that inspiration, among each other, and you're pushing each other every day in the gym.
Right.
So I think number one, try and find somebody that you can partner with. If you can't get to a gym, find a friend that wants to start with you, do that, so that you can kind of help each other and inspire each other on a daily basis
Right.
to do those little exercises. But you can start with things as simple as, and I can go very, very basic here. You can do what we call squats, a very functional movement, we
Right.
call it in CrossFit, because CrossFit is about high intensity functional movements that's constantly varied. In other words, we're changing it up all the time. But one of the functional movements we do is we sit down in a chair and we stand back up. And so
it's just,
you could actually sit down in a chair,
Right.
and you could stand up, and you
Right.
could do 10 sets of that. So say you do, for a very beginner,
Right.
you could do, they could do so many squats in a chair and then stand back up.
And it's
You're
basically
using
just
your muscles of your
sitting,
legs.
standing.
Yep.
that
Exactly. That's
movement,
exactly right. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you could actually go to the wall, and you could do push-ups on the wall if you can't do push-ups on the floor.
Right.
So, and
Now,
the
how
idea.
do you want to
So yeah,
show me how you
I
would do
sure
a
can.
push-up
Yeah.
on the wall?
So basically,
Okay.
if the further you stand away from the wall, the
Right.
more pressure it's going to take. But you can just lean against the wall,
Okay.
and you're just pushing away like this. And again, this is for the very beginner, and so that they're not intimidated. Like, I can do that.
Yeah,
you know?
that's
You
so
know?
much easier
It
than a
is.
push-up.
It
Yeah,
is.
you're just pushing off the wall.
But here's the key, and then you could actually, if you're at home and you have
Right.
a carpet, you can just lay down on the floor, put a head on your pillow if you want to. Lift your knees up. If you can't do sit-ups yet, you lift your knees up to your chest. And so you just lay down, you simply bring your knees up.
Right.
And so here's the key though.
Okay.
What you would do is you do say, and I'll make this really simple with numbers and that kind of thing. So you'll do 10 times of this, okay? And actually the best thing to do too is you start the clock. Because there's something about being on a clock that adds a little bit of intensity, and intensity has a very high physiological effect.
Right.
So you sit up and stand up 10 times, then you go to the wall, and you do 10 push-ups, okay? Then you lay down and you do 10 leg ups or knee ups, depending on what your level is. Right. And then you do it again. So that's one round. And then you do it again and you do another round. And so
3 rounds.
So you could do what you could do it 2 ways. You can do 5 rounds for time, so that you're actually timing yourself, or you could do as many rounds as you can in 6 minutes or 8 minutes. And you won't, and so it's like in 6 minutes you can get on a journey of ultimate fitness just with 6 minutes a day. And you can do that you can do that, say you do that for a month. Okay. And then you start to introduce other things. You can start to introduce push-ups then on the floor, or you can start to use milk jugs, fill them with water, and you can use those for doing arm curls, things like that, or even putting it above your head. In CrossFit, we talk about functional fitness because all the exercises that we do translate into our everyday functionality in life. One of the tragic things when we get older is that some people fall on the ground, they can't get up. We call those exercises to prevent that from happening, we call them burpees, where you get down on the floor, you do a push-up, and you stand up again. And eventually, those are a great workout. It is a great workout. Burpees. That's right. And so you can eventually incorporate that into the same routine. So you're doing the squats in the chair, then you're doing the burpees on the floor, that kind of thing. So that's great. So now, do you do stretching too? We do stretching. Yes. Because I know that's such an important part too of aging. People don't think about staying limber. Yeah. And I would say, and there's plenty. There's great yoga places around. That's a good place to start. And there's a ton of yoga on TV as well. Right. And then actually my brother actually is into. He has his own stretching routine that he's developed, and in fact he's the guy that got Dave Goggins back running again. Wow. So it runs in the family here. It really does. Yeah, my dad so for us growing up, we had to. In order to earn something, we had to do so many push-ups on our fingers. Wow. And then we'd get something for that. My dad he was just. This is a great idea. I'm going to start this out with my niece. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, incentive. And when my kids were younger, okay, you can get a phone if you do 20 push-ups or 20 pull-ups on the pull-up bar. So stuff like that. Gosh, it has been such a joy to meet you, to talk with you today about everything, and I'd love to have you back on the show again. Absolutely, soon. I can Zoom you. You're down in Tennessee. Absolutely, yeah. Wonderful. Yep, I've had some great opportunities. Didn't know that it was going to be like this, but it's just I was just chasing gold medals, and I found out I'm discovering the key to longevity. This is amazing. The closest thing we have to Fountain of Youth, really. Wow. Fitness, exercise, and nutrition. It's true. Yeah, it is true, yeah. Taking care of this. So often we're looking out here for more money, more fame, more this, a relationship. But it's really the whole journey. If we don't start with our health, then everything else doesn't happen. It's true. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my gosh, this is great. Yeah, okay. Yes.